Hey Leo, welcome to your November 2024 mid-month reading. We're just going to go ahead and get started and jump straight in. I hope you're doing well. Let's see here, Leo. You did pull this Miracles card here. And you also pulled Neptune Vision here. Well, this Miracle card, I'm not going to say expect a miracle, right? Because I'm not going to give you false hope. But what I will say is that and miracles can be as simple as you expecting something to be the worst, but it actually turns out to be a lot better than you expect. So miracles don't always have to mean like you win the lottery overnight, right? It's more so that something I see here, Leo, that you're expecting for it to turn out the worst way actually turns out a lot better than you expect here. And I think everything is in your perception at this time and how you're viewing things. With this Neptune card, I'll come back to that card here in a moment. But you did pull this gathering around the power of community here. So I also do feel as well there's things going on in regards to work and community. And I think also too, Leo, I think that Spirit's really not wanting you to isolate yourself. If you've been finding yourself in isolation or maybe too much solitude, I feel like being around a community or being involved in some type of community here can really help you here. Like you may see by doing those things, it like really transforms your life here. Let's see. Let's keep going here. Interesting. But with this Neptune Vision card, you know, Neptune could be, it's a planet to where it can make you feel disoriented and make you feel lost and make you feel like life is meaningless or there's no meaning to certain things, or it can just feel confusing. And so Neptune shows us where we're disoriented and how we can reorient our energies towards something that's better. And I think there's a lot of confusion here going on a bit. But also Neptune does deal with your dreams, right? The ideals, right? The in regards to the things that you want to create. Let's see. I also, okay. We're gonna have to really get into this. Oh yeah, here, Leo. I feel like you're coming out on top here in a situation. So, you know, don't let anything rock your confidence here. Right now, it's all in the way that you're thinking, your beliefs, your mindset at this time here. And if there's something here that you really want to strive towards, like you really want to create here for yourself, I would do it. And if you've already started that process and you're doing it, and maybe you're having, maybe your confidence isn't as strong, or you're having some doubts or some insecurities here, I'm not going to say don't, right? But what I will say is that I think you got this, Leo. That's what I will say. You see. All right, let's see. You have the Queen of Pentacles here for your overall energy for the rest of the month here. Yeah, and Queen of Pentacles deals with what it is that you have in your life at this time and what it is that you can work with in regards to going about creating what you ultimately want to create. And I also want to say Queen of Pentacles is about appreciating what you have. And that's also Neptune. Like Neptune can be like appreciation, beauty, receptivity, gratitude. And it's interesting, the more you practice this, Leo, and I'm not trying to tell you what to do, Leo, you can do whatever you want. The more you do this, though, I'm seeing things actually turn out better than you expect with that Miracles card here, being here. But I think right now, things are, the overall energy is being put on your stability, your home life, your personal life, which is pretty much the same thing, your career, work, money. I think you're wanting to create more abundance in your life with the Queen of Pentacles. And so you're trying to work with what it is that you have here. And I kind of see here with the Tower being the advice here in your reading, like to go for what you really want to go for and allow yourself to break out of the rigidity here. Allow yourself to break out of your own self-imposed restrictions here and embrace change here. I feel like Spirit's like really saying like, hey, like I think Spirit's about to open you up to something here, Leo. And I'm not just saying this because y'all know I don't say this a lot. I feel like Spirit's about to open you up to something here that right now you can't quite see. But I think it will be something beautiful. Let's see. You pulled the Five of Wands, and maybe you may already know what this is, but I'm not sure. You have the Five of Wands here in the position of the good stuff. So Five of Wands is competition. There's a lot of different things here, but If you're around any type of competition at this time, Five of Wands is saying that you'll overcome the competition. Five of Wands is also, in regards to the good stuff here, you going through growth here. Like your sense of self may be being tested by certain limitations and restrictions at this time, but ultimately here, it's just the right amount of challenge for you to rise above the occasion here, right? And to grow and go beyond what you have done before. You have the Queen of Swords also in the position of the good stuff here. I see you having a lot more clarity. The Queen of Swords, she sits on her throne and her head is above the clouds, which means that her head isn't in the clouds, right? She's able to get her head out of the clouds and see things more clearly. So I see you being able to understand and see things more clearly. And that's also Neptune, right? It says vision. So it's like I see your vision coming back online, especially when it comes to your ambitions here. Yeah, this Temperance is in your current energy, and the Temperance deals with patience. It's like having to balance things out, especially if things have been in the extremes. It's having to bring back in that harmony, balance. But I also want to say Temperance is Sagittarius, and it deals with your faith and belief. And so I think at this time, like, you're having to really practice faith and belief and trust in your process here, because you are in a process here, especially a spiritual one with the Neptune card coming out and this Temperance card here. That's why I think you're going through a lot of spiritual growth at this time. But the Temperance is saying, like, hang in there, stick to your own process here, have faith, keep positive belief, don't let anything shake your belief here. Because even with the Eight of Wands in your challenge at this time, Eight of Wands is you're trying to be in a positive mindset about things, but that's the challenge. And I also see you here, like, really wanting to go forward, but for some reason you can feel like things are moving slow. I think with this Eight of Wands, because it's the height of ambition. I think you have a lot of ambition, but there's certain things. It's interesting, Leo, because I'm almost seeing you already. I'm like seeing you prepare something here, or getting ready here, or putting things into motion. But I kind of get that there may be like a little bit of doubt, or your faith being tested here, or something is shaking your belief here in yourself. But the Tower says, you know what, like, it's time for change, right? The Tower is the reset button in the tarot. So, like, it's time for change, and don't fear change, right? The Tower comes in to help us break out of rigid patterns or rigid structures, or just living in a life or living a certain way that just feels restrictive. So I would embrace change. And if you have anything new that you're sitting on here, Leo, Page of Swords in the future, because I see you have some ideas here in the future that you want to really act on and you want to really develop or just put into motion. I see that happening here, and I think you should do this. I think with the Page of Swords too, you could be getting some type of communication and clarity here as well, which basically gets you into this position where the Queen of Swords is, right? Queen of Swords being in the position of the good stuff, you being able to think clearly, see clearly, and your mind just being more clear here. I think you're going through a big revolution here. And it's interesting because Pluto is coming into your 7th house of your relationships, right? So this could be in your relationship, in the relationship areas here. Now, but just in general, even if you're, because technically if you want to go by rising, then okay, you want to be in your 7th house, but I still feel like it correlates even with your sun sign to the 7th house. But just in general, the opposition with Pluto to you in Aquarius now is like, okay, you're being challenged here, 5 of Wands, to rise above and to step into greater transformations here and revolutionize things, right? The Page of Swords, I think, is connected to Aquarius in a way, because the Page of Swords is a revolutionary, and that's what Aquarius is. It's inventive, it's innovative, it's eclectic, it takes in newer things, it's curious to examine newer things, skeptical a bit, but it's curious, right, to explore. And I think that's the transformation that you're being confronted with. It's like newer ways in which you can really connect with people, but also newer ways you can really connect with yourself and your career and your work. But that Pluto opposition can feel like, it could feel very big. You do have the Empress here in the position of something that you're unaware of, that you need to be aware of here. I think the Empress is saying here to remember that abundance is your divine birthright, because that's what the Empress is. and to trust yourself, and don't let anything take away from your self-worth here, especially with that Queen of Pentacles being the overall energy. You're worthy of your creations and you're worthy of your desires here. And I also do feel like a lot of you Leos are about to go through a glow up here. I'm hearing I think the process is starting now, but when you get to January, I feel, Leo, I think that's when you'll be able to see like, oh shit, like looking back 2 months, like, wow, like I'm glad I did whatever I did, or like I'm glad I started a process with something here because it has changed in a good way. So that's what I'm seeing here with this Empress. The Empress as well is also abundance and prosperity. So I do feel like there could be more abundance coming your way here, Leo. And you pulled the King of Wands here in the outcome, which is you. I feel like you're getting back into a position of strength and confidence here. And your vision, Leo, even with the Neptune card, like your vision, something here, especially with the Eight of Wands being in the challenge, like you know, like you can, it's like, I feel, Leo, it's like you know you can have more, and like you see it with that vision card, right? But it's just about like having the faith, the belief, and the confidence and the endurance, right, to accomplish those things. But that's where I see you eventually getting here with the King of Wands. That's why the Tower is very important for the advice, is saying like, break out of the limitations. These are self-imposed limitations, especially with the Eight of Wands being in the challenge. Like don't cap yourself too low here, Leo. I feel like you can really raise the bar. Let's clarify your reading here, Leo. Clarify the Five of Wands here for the overall energy. You pulled the Sun card here. Yeah, and here you are, Leo. So you're getting back to being yourself. And you know what? It's like you're starting to really exercise your authority again, but not even in a negative way or in a bad way. It's like you're really expressing your will. And I think that engagement with your solar plexus chakra and you really using your willpower, it's like it's giving you confidence to, because you're seeing that, oh, like I can actually do these things. Yes, they're challenging, but I can't do them. And for some reason here, Leo, I just see it sparking some type of inner drive here. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles for the overall energy. You pulled the Three of Wands here. Yeah, and I think right now there's some things that are off in the distance that you're focusing on with this Three of Wands, and that you're working toward, and that you're hoping to receive here as well along the way. But I think right now your overall energy is that you have goals or certain things here that you're trying to accomplish, and they're a bit off in the horizon. But right, that's just how it is, right? Until you get there. Clarify the Queen of Swords in the position of the good stuff. You pulled the Six of Wands here, so here it is. This is your card too, Leo, Jupiter and Leo. So your confidence, your self-expression, your authority, your happiness increasing and growing here. And I just see you being, like, your attitude and mindset is what I feel like is growing here. I see some of you getting a lot of attention here too. Clarify the Temperance in your current energy. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles at this time. Yeah, definitely Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy, and the Empress represents like the glow up energy, like I was saying. So I think you're in your stages here of glowing up here, Leo. And I think with this Temperance card, you're just still in that process, right, of creating and enjoying. I think at this time in your current energy, you need enjoy your life, enjoy the things that you have. The Nine of Pentacles says enjoy the finer things in life, even the little things, right? And that's the appreciation and the gratitude thing here. But I do see you here really starting to, and you're creating from this very pure spiritual place, or getting to this pure spiritual place that's going to enhance the quality of your life. And if you've already been in that space, stay in that energy as much as you can, right? Clarify the Eight of Wands in your challenge. You pulled the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles is a legacy, your destiny. What are you writing? Eight of Wands, right? The destiny that you're writing for yourself. Clarify the Page of Swords in the future position. Pull the High Priestess here. Yeah, you know, I see too, you could be getting some communication here. It's like it's interesting. I see you finding something hidden. But it's like good. It's like you need this type of information, right, for you to be able to really revolutionize things or really make effective change here. Also, if you've been waiting on any type of communication or insight or clarity from an external source, I do see you getting that. Clarify the King of Wands here in the outcome. You have the World card here, which is you accomplishing your goal here. Things coming together successfully here. And then the World card is like the achievement of it. So it's like you're achieving something here that's big. Clarify the Tower as your advice. You have the Queen of Wands, yeah. And your advice at this time is embrace change, expect positive change here. Sometimes the Tower, when it comes to the unpredictable or the unexpected, we can fear the worst. And the Queen of Wands with this energy is saying to embrace an energy of positivity and to look on the bright side rather than looking, you know, on the dark side. Look on the bright side here and allow yourself to be happy, right? Allow yourself to be happy here, Leo. And to open your heart up to what it is that you really want. Because I'm like seeing all these walls like around like your heart in a way when it comes to certain things. Like maybe you're not wanting to be vulnerable or whatever. But I feel like this is you like really breaking free from that. Clarify the Empress here. You have the Four of Wands, something that you're unaware of. So yeah, there's definitely something here is manifesting in a way in which you will be celebrating here. And I do feel, you know, with the Four of Wands, it is an Aries energy, it's Venus and Aries. Like when it comes to yourself and Venus, like Venus can deal with pleasure, right? Beauty and creation. Like you really being able to enjoy and celebrate these creations here that you've been focusing on. I think also too, something good could be happening in your relationship if you're in a relationship here. Like there's something new really taking place for you and a person in regards to the future. Looks good. And if you're single, you could be meeting someone here too. And if you're single, I feel like there's a lot of people going to be vying for your attention and your time. You pulled this flow card. I think it's important for you to go with the flow right now. You know, sometimes, you know, we want all the answers right away, but sometimes we just got to embrace the flow and just see what our next steps are. But it's interesting because I think surrendering to the flow could be a little bit difficult for you at this time, Leo, because there's some uncertainties or some doubts. But I actually feel like the things that will present themselves whenever you do surrender, you know, it will seem like a miracle, like it turns out better than you expect, or it shows you something, or things happen in a good way. You pulled the second house card. It says resources here. So you could also be at this time really wanting to increase your prosperity and abundance here, your money, resources. And I think too, it's like your spiritual vision like your spiritual values here. There's something about that really coming to the forefront. Like what is the utmost important thing for you spiritually, and you really reconnecting to that, or you really being able to, because some of you may feel disconnected from that, but if you're not disconnected from that, like if you're disconnected from that, I feel like this is you really finding like your mission or finding like your purpose or understanding the deeper spiritual reason of why you want to do something, which really helps as a catalyst to catapult you into the future of what you want or what your dreams and visions are. But if you're already in this kind of, you know what your vision is, then this is just you know, creating that. You pull this Lost Compass card, getting back to integrity. So yeah, you may have fell out of alignment. The Temperance card is about coming into alignment in your current energy. So you're coming back more into alignment with who you are and what it is that you want. And you're allowing yourself to not hold yourself back anymore and to really open yourself up to the possibilities here. And also too, if you've been feeling disconnected just from people or your community or your relationships here, I think you're about to really find that deeper sense of connection here, especially with Pluto coming into Aquarius in your seventh house relationships. Aquarius can point to things that deal with community and people and groups. So, and whatever this is, Leo, you're bound to accomplish something big here with this King of Wands on the World card. So that's what I got for you, Leo, in your reading. I'm gonna leave it here. I appreciate you for watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. If you click that link, it'll take you straight to my website, and then from there you can see the different reads I have to offer, and you can purchase a read. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button for me, and if you haven't yet subscribed, I encourage you to do so. Also hit the notification bell as well, so that way you get notified when I either go live or when I upload your video. Otherwise than that, Leo, I'm wishing you the best, and I'll see you in your next video.